rcvc.org. The only suggestion I have when anybody wants to start up a resource unit is start small. Don't put all your money in at one go. Start small and keep your finger on the pulse. Find out what people want. Because very often I have seen resource centers being set up with huge financial outlays. When they are inaugurated, you have fantastic talis and photographs. Go there 6 months later, it's a tragedy. Because A, they have not put any human being in charge of it. And B, they never found out what was really wanted. So start with just minimal facilities with a scaling up option before you. So then you will be successful. And constantly find out what your user wants and needs. Not impose on them what you think should be pushed. Right? So Justin, does that answer your question? Yeah. Anybody else?
Yeah. Hi, Sam. I'm Shilpi.
Right.
I just wanted you to elaborate a little bit more on what you said. You're working with the Maharashtra Board of Education. And first of all, is it the Xavier's Resource Center that you're talking about that is working with the Maharashtra Board of Education? And exactly what are you doing?
Okay, I'll give you a background to this. We, a few years ago, had held a seminar on employment expanding visions. And one of the areas we highlighted was the fact that there were blind physiotherapists who were practicing, and they were people who had done diplomas and certificates. Now, after this seminar, there was this one girl who came soon afterwards. She was in the standard 10 at that stage. She's visually challenged. And she said she wants to become a physiotherapist, but she does not want to either do a diploma or a certificate. She wants to do the mainstream degree. So that was the need expressed to us. And that's how we've got into this whole area in a big way after that. We did our checking through and found that in Maharashtra, as in most parts of the country, for the 11th and 12th, that's the +2 stage, there was virtually nothing in place for science education. And that's why necessarily people moved or gravitated towards arts or commerce. And so we as a center did a global study and then sent in a representation to the Maharashtra State Board of Higher Secondary Education. We had to keep chasing them. We had to suggest methods of practicals, exams, etc. And after 6 to 8 months of pushing, they came out with their rules. So that's how this girl started studying her 11th and 12th at Ruparel College, because that was the college she wanted to go to. And as a center, we believe that person should be comfortable wherever they go, and we provide our services beyond that. And that's where, again, resource centers need to go out. They don't need to expect people to come into them only. And after that, we've had to take up this whole issue. Part of our matter had to go to court. In fact, the matter is as good as through in the court, but we have purposely not terminated the case. We then worked with the Maharashtra University of Health Sciences after that. CBSE was another case we worked with. CBSE has come out with its own rules, those focusing primarily only on multiple choice questions. For the practicals for +2, we are not too comfortable, but I think it's a step. We need to move in small incremental steps. Right? Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Good afternoon, Dr. Sam.
Right.
This is Matthew Martin from the National Institute for Hearing Handicapped.
Right.
I'm working for the National Institute, Aliyabarjung National Institute for Hearing Handicapped as media officer. Sir, recently you came out with a digital accessible library in the country.
Right.
As a pillar who worked for it with the National Institute for Visually Handicapped. I would want you to give some kind of detail, the accessible modalities that you used for making this digital accessible braille library. That is one. Number two, how can the inclusive education use this particular library and built up with resources in various parts of the country? How can they support?
Thanks, Mr. Matthew. Yeah. I'll answer the two parts of your question. The first question refers to what Matthew refers to as a digitally accessible library. The technical term for it is OBL, Online Braille Library. It was launched on the 4th of January. Now, what the OBL is today and hopefully what it will evolve to are two different things. It's just now a very small unit. I'll give you a little background to this. There are large number of organizations in India working for the blind, and one of the biggest problems faced was that oftentimes there was duplication of effort. And so an organization in Mumbai and say an organization in Delhi could well be converting the same book into Braille. It takes time, it takes money, it takes energy to convert any format. And ironically, not one, but dozens of such examples were there. Today, Braille is something which can be done on the computer. And as part of DFI, or what is broadly known as the DAISY Forum of India, this is an umbrella body of over 80 organizations working for print and print impaired persons. Presently largely only blindness related, but actually persons with dyslexia could benefit as well from this initiative. We decided that duplication should be cut out. Now, the first step towards cutting out duplication was to build a common catalog of books that are already available in accessible format. And so, members are being urged to put their catalogs online on this central online Braille library, which was set up through the initiative and support of NIVH, National Institute for Visually Handicapped. And the catalog also has a provision for showing books under production. So for example, let's say that Justin from Samarthanam, Bangalore needs to create a request has come for creating a book. Before Samarthanam would create the book, they would check whether anybody else is either creating or has created the book. So duplication gets cut out. So that's one part of the catalog. The second part of the online Braille library is presently that it hosts a few thousand titles in multiple Indian languages in what is called a BRF format. That's a Braille format. And so after registering, and organizations can register, even some individuals can register, you can go search the catalog. If the book is available in BRF format, you can download it. The catalog, online Braille catalog, is just one part of it, but the common catalog I spoke about has books well beyond what is available in the OBL or the online Braille library. It has many, many more books which are available with different organizations, and if you need to access a given title, there's a special request format, so the book can be asked for and procured. And that's how duplication and to an extent the book famine can be partially addressed. Okay, Mr. Matthew, does that answer your question? Yes.
Okay, at this time we will not be able to ask any more questions as we are running short of time. So at this time I'd like to thank Sam for your valuable time and sharing your thoughts on the same. And on behalf of Barrier Break Technologies, I'd like to thank you